What's up, everybody? I'm Zach, coming to you from My Freedom Smoke, straight out of Charlotte, North Carolina, here today to talk to you about the Tempest by Council Vapor. The Tempest is a regulated device, obviously, as you can see, and it is a triple 18650 regulated device. It is 200 watts. It is not a RX chip or an Evolve chip. I guess it's just a COV chip. I don't really know what kind of chip it is, because it doesn't really have any information on that in the handbook or online that I could find. So I'm guessing that it's just COV's chip. As you can see, it is a bit bulky. It is a little weird. It seems like they were going for their own style look for a device that would be able to hold 3 18650s without putting them all in a row. Because, as you know, I don't know if you guys have seen, I think it's the Athena 260 or something like that. That is a triple 18650 also, but they're like all right beside each other, and it just makes for a very wide, uncomfortable box to hold. This thing is not uncomfortable to hold. It is a little bit weird to hold, but you know, if it's something that you seem interested in, you buy one. It's a little uncomfortable to hold at first. You will just get used to it. It does fit in the hand nice. It's just, you know, as compared to the Rouleau and the Triad, stuff like that, it's not the best feel, as those feel great in your hand. So I'll get into some of the specs with you, since I gave, you can get a good look at it. I think that Council Vapor has a thing for carbon fiber. I don't know, that may just be me, but it seems like all their devices have carbon fiber on it. Maybe they're trying to make that their thing. So it is 10 to 200 watts. It's adjustable in 1 watt increments only, which is kind of nice. I don't really know anyone that's like, yo, I run my device at 35.7 watts or 86.2 watts. And most people just, go by 1 increment. It also makes it easier to adjust the wattage and it not take so long. It is temperature controlled, reads in nickel, titanium, stainless steel. It has a temperature range of 220 to 580 degrees, which is also another way that you can tell that it is not an RX or an Evolve chip, because those normally go from 200 to 600. And it can read down to a 0.05 for your temperature control. 3 selectable output modes, which is another thing that I can tell that it is their own chip, or a chip that we just may never have heard of. You can only run this thing, you can take it out of the 3 modes, which are M1, M2, and M3. And those are just modes that you can set for yourself. Say M1, I want it to be at 80 watts, and I also want M2 to be a temperature control mode, and M3 to be another power mode, which is pretty cool because you don't have to mess around with being like, oh, okay, now I got a nickel coil in here, let me set it to temperature control, let me set it to what temperature I want it. You can just go to, whatever mode that you set that to, and bam, there you go. And you can adjust each of these memory slots to your desired output with your device in normal operation mode. Press the increase power button, which is the plus button, once to enter the memory setting mode. When you have entered this mode, press the decrease power button, which is the minus, once, and the screen will display the current wattage or temperature currently set for that memory slot. Increase the power output to the current memory slot by using the plus or minus button. Finally, press the fire button to finish setting the memory slot. And then you can cycle through these slots pretty easily just by pressing the plus button when in the normal operating mode to cycle through the M1 and M3 stored memory output slots. And if that was a little hard for you to follow, if you do decide to buy one of these, all that information is in the user manual that it comes with. It's a very detailed user manual, so you can get so it won't be hard to understand. Okay, so it also has, what I like most about it, is it has 3 selectable output modes: soft, which is a slower ramp, and it's ideal for like mouth to lung vapors; standard, which follows the traditional power curve; and power, which is the fastest ramp speed. You'll be able to tell what output mode it's in on the screen, because it will say PO for power, ST for standard, and SO for soft. And then you can also put what kind of output mode you want on those memory slots. And it is a vertical triple loading battery access. Well, it has a vertical triple loading battery access, which is one of the things I like about it most. Is I think it's a very cool battery tray idea. I like it a little bit more than the traditional 200-watt devices. And there's a little clip down here. You just pop that out, and here's your batteries. And you don't need to worry about them, falling out or anything like that. They're in there pretty nice. And once you're done inserting your batteries into the battery tray, you just clip it back on in. It's good to go. And I like that a lot about this. The OLED screen has a 3-line display. It displays your output wattage, what mode you're in, atomizer resistance, and it also has a horizontal battery readout, which I think is pretty cool. The horizontal battery readout really just means that there's a line down here with smaller lines inside of it, and that is showing you what your battery life is at, which is pretty cool. It also does run in series, so you're going to want to make sure your 3 batteries are married. So the screen is pretty easy to understand. I mean, they don't really, most screens are pretty easy to understand. There's not a lot going on them. It has a 3-button control face, which is your power button and your plus and minus button. It's silver-plated spring-loaded 510 connection, and the shell is made out of zinc alloy with a carbon fiber inlay. So yeah, I mean, it's a great device. I like it a lot. It is, like I said, a little bulky and a little oddly shaped, a little weird to hold at first, but after using it for a while, I really enjoy it. I'm running it at 60 watts right now with the output mode power, so it has the fastest ramp up time. And you can really, you can definitely tell that the output power modes are not just there to say that they're there. You can tell by the way that it hits. So the power mode, you can definitely tell that the ramp up is a lot faster than any of the other ones. So I definitely recommend this to anyone that has 3 married batteries, or anyone that's looking for a 200-watt device that isn't very expensive, because any device with an evolve chip in it is pretty expensive. Those evolve chips, in my opinion, are the best chips out there. But whatever chip they have in here, it's definitely working. It's definitely fine. So yeah, that's it for the Tempest. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If this is your first video watching of ours and you enjoyed it, thought it was very informative, you can like it or subscribe to our channel. So thank you. Again, I'm Zach, coming to you from My Freedom Smokes, and I hope everyone that watches this video has a great day.